Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole, and today's video I'm going to talk about what I would do differently if I were learning Spanish from scratch, like if I didn't know anything. And you can substitute this for other languages, but I'm just going to use Spanish as an example. Now, of course, in my personal experience, I have been learning Spanish for, since middle school. So that was like 25, 30 years ago. Yeah, it was that long ago. So if you want to do this, if you want to get to an advanced level in a shorter period of time, then this is my advice. This is something that I would do if I was starting all over. And it's actually something that I'm doing now because I'm experimenting with a new language. And I will tell you guys at the end of this video what that language is. It sort of was a surprise for me as well. So anyway, the first thing that you need to have is some sort of dictionary or a phrase book. And you need this because you want to be able to pull up vocabulary in different situations. Now, in modern technology, like the past, I don't know, 15 years or so, you can have a dictionary like on your phone, but I do like to have an actual paper copy of things because it's just nice. Like there's a lot less distraction when it comes to having a paper copy of something because there's all sorts of things popping up on your phone and you might forget like what you were trying to do. Also in a dictionary or a paper copy, you can actually like mark things and highlight things, and it kind of gives you that tactile experience that helps you to remember stuff, right? So if it were me, I would try to get an actual copy of a book, a dictionary or a phrase book. I love the Lonely Planet phrase books, because even though it's not necessarily a dictionary, but it gives you scenarios that you're likely to come across if you're traveling. But even though I'm not one that travels for language learning, I like to learn languages like where I am in my home country. It still is quite useful for a lot of different situations. And especially if you're speaking to native speakers, you're pulling up phrases that are natural for them, and they can correct you too if it's not so natural. So that's the first one. The second one is you're going to need something that is going to help you with grammar. And for Spanish, I used 501 Spanish verbs. And I also used, I think it was like essential Spanish verbs. And I'll link that in the description. I'll link those so that you can get access to those if you're learning Spanish. But I used those two books to help me to improve my grammar. You probably only need one, but you don't need to go through it in a linear fashion. Like you don't need to go this lesson, this lesson, this lesson. The best way that I found to improve my grammar is when I'm actually using the language and then there's something that I'm kind of stuck on and then I go refer to it in the grammar book. Or if you just have some downtime, you can just take the grammar book out and learn like maybe one point or something like that. Like you don't have to study grammar for hours on end unless that's just something that you like to do. So the third thing that I would definitely get, and this is something that I love to use, is notebooks. Like, and I cannot state this any more strongly. Please only write things that you are actually going to use in the language, because then your notebook will be filled with things that you're not going to use and you will not refer back to your notebook. But if it's something that you use, and especially if it's something that a native speaker has said to you and you write it down, then you're going to refer back to it and your notebook will be the most useful tool that you own. So The first thing you need is a dictionary or a phrase book. The second thing is going to be something that will help you with grammar. And the third thing is going to be a notebook. Now, of course, you can do all of this electronically, but I am a big advocate of having paper copies of things because you can lose your phone and then all your stuff is gone. Of course, you can back it up in the cloud or whatever, you know, there's an answer for everything, right? But for me personally, when I have these hard copies of things, it helps me to focus. And language learning is so much more enjoyable when it's not attached to my phone, which I also use for business, which I also use for personal connections and messaging friends and family, that I can just have this little space for language learning, my notebook and my phrase book and my grammar book. So I hope you guys enjoyed these tips. Let me know in the comments if anything was useful to you and what is your experience? What do you like to use? What are your go-to tools? So if you stayed to the end of the video, I'm going to tell you the language that I am learning now. And that language is German. And the reason why is because I have come across people in my community who speak German. And so I am experimenting with just learning German in the natural way, like I stated in this video and in some previous videos. So I'm using a notebook. Actually, I just started, so I don't even have a notebook for it, but I will get a notebook and I'm going to get a dictionary and a phrase book and also something for grammar. And it's so funny because I gave some German books away that I got for free last year. So I might have to borrow those for now. But yes, I'm excited about that and I will keep you guys updated on my progress. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Happy language learning.